Good luck to you. May the odds be ever in your favor. Alright, so we're going to talk to Ramumu. If you play Final Fantasy XIV, this is a limited time crossover event where you can get special clothing, like I said. You go to Limsa Laminza, the upper decks, and speak to Ramumu. These are the different gear items that you're going to get for completing this multi-tiered quest. It's called A Journey to Remember. Excuse me, miss. Do you have a moment? I'm Ramumu with the Harbor Herald, and judging by your dress, you're one of those well-traveled adventurers I've heard so much about. No doubt one as worldly yourself has heard the rumors of an unusual warrior maiden from the Far East. Danger constantly falls in her footsteps, and the Far Easterners I've spoken with claim her dress and fighting style are nothing they've ever seen. Do you know what happened the last time a strange warrior from unknown lands came to Eorzea? That upstart Peter Winsome practically stole the parchment from my desk to write his story. Our readership soon doubled, and he's been regarded as the Harbor Herald's finest reporter ever since. That should have been my story, and I'll be damned if he beats me to this one. But if following her is as dangerous as it sounds, I'll need an adventurer like you to keep me safe. If you're interested, meet me down at Costa del Sol. That's where she was last spotted, so that's where I plan to start. Okay, so we will check the map, and it'll pull up where we gotta go. There's a Gloria Shantoto up there from Final Fantasy XI. And just as Ramumu said, right here. Ah, you're here at last. I was beginning to think you wouldn't come. He was here a few bells ago, or so I was told. Look, over there. Could it be? Begging your pardons, please do not think me strange for asking, but can you tell me if we are close to Selbina? Perhaps Mora? Fear I am hopelessly lost. If you've played Final Fantasy XI, those locales are going to ring very familiar. Those are beach areas, and I think you grind there from like the teens to the 20s. That's around the part where you unlock a sub job. As far as level-wise goes. And I have many, many fond memories of those areas. You have to take a boat there, and there are random encounters while you're taking the ferry. One of which includes being attacked by a big, fearsome, notorious monster, Kraken. Yeah, it's such a great game. It still is, but it's not wearing its age very well. Still around, though. Selbina? Mora? Sorry, dear, but you're on the eastern shore of Vilbrand. Eastern Lenasia, to be precise. Take it you're the far eastern traveler that's been the talk of the taverns as of late. You've cut quite the warpath through Eorzea, from what I've heard. Yes, I hail from the far east, but Vilbrand? Lenasia? I cannot recall such names. The truth be told, I cannot recall much of anything since awakening these strange surroundings. A Biragot's beard! You mean you've lost your memory? I remember my name is Irua. I'm training in the way of the glaive, though I feel I'm still a novice. Before waking here, I was on a mission to... Forgive me, it's hard to make sense of what little I can recall. The only clear thoughts in my mind are of Master, and a powerful technique I labor to perfect. Amatsu Kyori. I'm certain it is essential to completing my mission. Interesting you'd remember training above all else. Perhaps that's the key. If you continue to practice your Master's teachings, it stands to reason that the related memories might come back to you. Recalling my mission by first recalling Master's teachings. Yes, that does seem plausible. I do not doubt many of the techniques I learned have a specific purpose. It would only be a matter of focusing on that particular one. This is the scoop I've been looking for! A Far Eastern warrior on a special mission? What if we're in danger? This isn't some fairy tale like Peter's story. People need to know. If she's no good to us if she can't remember anything, help her so we can get to the bottom of this. Here, take this map before you go. Training won't do you any good if you get lost now, will it? Your kindness is greatly appreciated, thank you. To journey alone in this strange land would be a trial all its own, I'm sure. Might we explore the south shore of here? I recall I mentioned that the beach was an excellent place for training. Something about the aquatic wildlife being suitable for sparring. If the creatures here are similar, I would like very much to try my hand against them. And I trust you'll ensure she has every opportunity to do so. But don't let me keep you. The sooner she remembers her mission, the better. When she's at her fill of combating critters along the coast, perhaps she should rest in Louisoix where she is safer. Or call should do nicely. It's the first place she'll see after coming through the gates. So the map thing is kind of funny too, because if I remember correctly, in Final Fantasy XI, you actually had to buy maps with Gyr. You didn't just get them. Apex Heart, welcome to the Twitch stream. How are you doing? Hope you're well. You good? Good. Good to hear. Okay, so we got a strange stone, and we have to go back to Limsa. Boy, the server is pretty busy right now. This is on Modwin, one of the newer servers in the Dynamis cluster. So usually it's not super populated. Training at the beach was invigorating. It's been too long since I enjoyed such sport, fighting alongside one so well versed in the art of war. I'd like to think I improved my form by following your example. At first I doubted crowds would be suitable for practice, but I was quite wrong, testing my strength against their hardened shells swing after swing over and over again. I could easily spend days or even weeks at a time battling them. If only I could remember who suggested this training regimen. Optistone Shard, a slightly luminous stone of unknown origin. It may have some connection to Aurora's lost memories. Oh my, what a peculiar stone. Sense something within it. Something familiar. Something dark. It's the Shadow Master, I think, from Final Fantasy XI? Thrilling battle in the cold against the evil made manifest, a Lord of Shadows, long dead yet somehow resurrected. The fate of the realm hanging in the balance.
Are you winning, son?
Remember. And yet I'm not convinced these visions relate to my mission. Why would Master entrust me with the means to slay such a foe? The answers must lie within my memories, they have to. All the more reason I must hurry to complete my training and perfect Amatsu Kyore. While waiting for your arrival, I asked a couple of travelers from Gridania, I think, where I might find creatures of a more dark or unusual nature. They told me of a place called Hawk Manor, a cursed estate whose grounds play host to various sorts of hellish monsters. These creatures sound like promising opponents, full of the fury and cunning I would expect in a true battle. Now then, let us be off. When we are finished, we can meet in the nearby town. Foxy Blue, welcome to Twitch. I hope you're doing okay today. Or tonight, rather. Alright, we're synced up. Good, good, good. So the thing I like about the Final Fantasy XI crossover stuff is that they often use the same models as they are in Final Fantasy XI. Because they've taken... I mean, it's been a long time since 11 came out compared to 14. So some of the things that, you know, you might fight that are similar monster types, you get a retro look, in a way, when you see the 11s. Galaxy, thank you for the follow on TikTok. I appreciate it. Okay, so she should be down here in the inn. Thank you once again aiding my training. To witness such majesty and grace on the battlefield was truly inspiring. It served as a wonderful lesson in combat. We have the Aura Stone shard this time, a slightly luminous stone of unknown origin. It may have some connection to Aurora's lost memories. Oh, you have found yet another strange stone. Yes, it radiates with a warmth much like the last, but the color is... Wait. Do you hear that? Were those the archangels? I can't I can't remember. I can't remember. It's been so long since I played through 11. A long and arduous journey together with a young girl. This vision is not what I expected. We fought many battles together, and we were not alone. No, I dare say our comrades were well beyond counting. What business would I, lowly student, have undertaking such missions? I cannot make sense of it. Still, I must thank you for this. Before meeting you, I was hopelessly lost, smothered by a fog of fear and uncertainty. But now I have your light to guide me. You have brought me yet another step closer to completing my training and unlocking the memories still dormant within me. After speaking with a few of the patrons here before you arrived, I believe I found the perfect place to continue honing my skills, the Sagole Desert. What was told is true. A creature of unspeakable terror roams the sands. They say its strength is impossible to gauge, as no one lives to tell of its great might. But together, I believe we can lay the beast low. When we have finished, we can take a hard-earned rest in Ul'dah. There we go. I remember hunting one of these for because one of them was a notorious monster, not too far from Windurst. Can't remember what it dropped though in Final Fantasy 11. Alright, gotta sync. Alright. There we go. Takes a bit longer when it's just you. Okay. Now we go to Ul'dah. There are no words to express my gratitude for your assistance. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine confronting the legendary circuit. If not for you, I would be but one of the countless victims who succumbed to its poisonous sting. Or a stone shard, a slightly luminous stone of unknown origin. It may have some connection with Aurora's lost memories. Another stone. Yes, it comes to me now. A mortal struggle. Forbidden magics uttered in a final bid for salvation. Fenrir. It all makes sense now. The pitched battles, the arduous journeys, the fellowship of adventurers. It was not my life that I recall, but rather the tales of a great hero I mistook as myself. I suspected such feats were too extraordinary to be my own. The memories held within the stone have removed all doubt. They were of a journey into the past, one that revealed a horrible truth I dare not repeat aloud. And I remembered my home, Vanadiel. It is not some territory or continent, but an entirely different world. My true memories return to me now, and it is all thanks to you. More importantly, I believe I now understand how to wield Amatsukuri. It should not be long before my path home is clear to me as well, but first I must see my training to its completion. While waiting here, I heard unsettling stories of a foul beast terrorizing Bronze Lake. This is the perfect opportunity to put into practice everything I have learned. Today is the day I wield the power of Amatsukuri. For this last endeavor, let us meet in Limsa Limensa. Alright, one more fate. And I don't remember the last time I did a Final Fantasy XI one crossover event, because it was years ago, so I'm not sure if that's just the standard. Ah, the old school dragons. This is how dragons used to look. Oh, it still didn't sync? Wake up! Get up! We got fighting to do. Link says the Final Fantasy XIII collab event is about the same length and require traveling around like this one. Square Enix is planning on a Final Fantasy XV event since producer that was the same as 14. I have not played 15, so I have no idea. We did it! I forget what that one is. Trying to type in a pose. Don't remember. Let's make for Limsa. You got it, dude. At last the power of Matsukuri is mine to command. My memories are slowly but surely returning. None of this would have been possible if not for your unwavering guidance. I think I could have forgotten a mission so vital. My resolve was unyielding, my mind focused on the task before me. In the end, I fear it may have jeopardized all I hold dear. As I told you earlier, my home is, or rather was, a world known as Vanadiel. Try as we might, its destruction could not be forestalled, but fate saw fit to give me one last chance. I was allowed to travel back in time, to escape to the past before the darkness had consumed all. Together with the heroes of the past, I knew what tragedy could be averted, just as it had been so many times before. Master was the greatest of them all, a hero without equal, whose grand adventures I mistook as my own memories. I cannot help but feel I am still forgetting something else important, something that happened to Master. Suppose in time it will come to me. Before I leave, might we go and speak with Rumumu? If not for her insistence, I would have been bereft of your assistance. It would be rude not to extend my thanks to her as well. Aroa told me the good news. Her memory is, for the most part, restored. Perhaps more importantly, her training is complete. If you hadn't come with me to Costa del Sol, I dare say she'd still be swinging at crabs along the beach. Now that I have you here, I'd very much like to talk to you about my story. About what you were doing before we arrived. How exactly did you come to be here in Eorzea? And you say you went back in time trying to save your world? Yes, you have the right of it. No life was spared by the darkness, none save for mine, that is. Fate intervened, and I was sent back to the past, to a time where I could find heroes capable of saving Vanadiel. That is how I was reunited with Master, although at a much earlier time than I anticipated. The last thing I remember is a fierce battle in a strange light. When next I awoke, I was here. We torn away from Master when I was needed most. My heart feels like it may burst. How awful. You were close then. Master was like family to me, an exceptional warrior besides. I spent my entire life striving to become such a hero and live up to the legends I so fondly remember. It all began with a stone, or so the story goes. In ages past, a sentient jewel, enormous and beautiful, banished the darkness. Its light filled the world with life and brought forth mighty gods. The world entered an age of bliss. That is, until the gods fell into slumber. That world is my home, Vanadiel. It was home to 3 great nations, the Kingdom of Sandoria, the Republic of Bastok, and the Federation of Windurst. Powerful as they were, though, in times of strife, they would turn to a single hero, my master. Be it a demon of rage seeking vengeance or a spiteful god our destruction, the Master is always there to pull us back from the brink of oblivion. They're the archangels. So long as there is light and life in the world, the legend of Vana'diel's greatest hero will live on. Oh, I miss Final Fantasy XI so much. It is little wonder these stories were the first to spring back to my mind. I have all but memorized them, but no matter how many times I asked, you would always... Oh, please excuse me. For a moment when I looked at you, something in your eyes reminded me of Master, and I... Don't worry yourself over it. I imagine our friend here often has that effect on people. I realize how ridiculous this seems. Anyone in their right mind would think it's some fanciful dream. But for me, this world, the dream. Now it is time to awaken. When next I open my eyes, I will be home in Vana'diel, once more at Master's side. This may be just a dream, but it is one I shall never forget. Thank you for everything. And in Eorzean custom, we nod. It would seem I am not yet ready to return. Is this perhaps the will of the goddess? If it is by her will, then so it shall be. I vow to work hard every day to become a warrior worthy of your teachings. Then when the time comes, we shall meet again. Here in Eorzea, or perhaps in the waking world. Don't you bring me back to Final Fantasy XI. I spent 15 years there. I can't go back to Vana'diel. Or Ultima Online. I can't. There goes the greatest story I'll never get to write. An adventurer from another world traveling back in time to save her people. Who's going to believe such a silly tale? I'll leave the flights of fancy to Peter. But for her sake, I hope she finds her way home, wherever that may be. I love the Shantoto in the corner. Tataru has a request for you. Ah, Fadewind, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise. I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. Is this an intervention? What did I do? Right, everyone. Ready to go to work? No squirming now. Oh, you might want to close your eyes. Oh, what if they did something special, like, on your character's birthday? That'd be so fucking precious. Because I think you put in your birthday at character creation, right? There, all finished. The Warrior of Light's every measurement, from heroic head to intrepid toe. Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Fadewind. All in good time. Aha, found you. Alphino wants everyone in the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but it seemed to be it was quite important. Go on, we have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting. Shit, I forgot my phone. No, I didn't. Set my phone over here. We're good. Tidings says yes, and they had plans for using your birthday and game back in 1.0, but when the new team took over mid 1.0, they got scrapped. Aw, man. That would have been cute.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all? Well, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our numbers step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede she might struggle to balance her new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! God, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her.
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. but I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Baelsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I should depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich, and encourage him to send an envoy. To Taru, Kryl, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I suspect the ill tidings from Gyr Abania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end.
Well,
The
that's
business
optimistic.
of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louisoix himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
What's that supposed to mean, Papalimo? Greetings, Warrior of Light. What business brings you to Ishgard? Standing on tables. I see. Wait here. I will summon Sir Emmerich. It is good to see you, my friend. It is but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. But to business. I thank you for bringing these developments in Alamigo to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make, not mine alone at any rate. Given the imminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly, but I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceedings. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? I thank you. A representative, whomever we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Handlu that he is to lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Aidwooden, pray accompany Lucia to the gates of judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join as soon as I can. Here, speed you on your way. Ah, man. You have no other business in the city. Join me at the gates of judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. Blum blum. We meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not, I concede, that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone, not with the ink scarce dry in the Republic's Book of Statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. And the border. There was a time when I was like, I'm gonna save my Gil and not teleport. So long ago. Many, 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 many quests ago. The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me, Fadewood? You may see a familiar face. Faven, old girl, how wonderful to see you, and Sir Emmerich too. What do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you will excuse. Nay, do not trouble yourself, Honorar. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to a Gael. I mean, to an Imperial. And thus we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francis on the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. Surprised to see yours truly at the helm? You and me both, old girl. Old girl? Yes, quite. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. The old girl throws me. Oh, they got a portrait for him. If we can play the hand we're dealt, with a little help from the veterans, and Honor's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old girl. Off to Gridania with you. Hip hip cheerio! Call me, Vangler's on Twitch says, this guy. Call me old girl or gal one more time and see what happens. Right? Damn, is this the first time Amric's been in Gridania? Diplomatic duties have brought me here. Okay, well, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Amric. I should have just waited. Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find that I am as enraptured by the Black Shroud's beauty now as when I first laid eyes on it. I fear that this time, however, events shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. You know, there's so many times when I'm like, I wonder if, or I bet, and then like, if I just like started the conversation that's right in front of me, I would be proven wrong. So many times. Actually, I have an apartment here. I won the housing lottery. It seems we are to have an escort to the Lotus Stand. A pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Yes, of course. It is like that we are the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? Why can't I just turn and walk that direction and fade into the next scene? Why not me? Why not? What about me? What about Raven? Yes, we want to go in. The envoy from Ishgard has arrived? Very good. This way if you put... Ah, and the Leminson party as well. Ooh, Smithy. I had hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Admiral, always a pleasure. And Faedwin, I trust you are well. It is a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort. Lady Faedwin, I was glad to hear from Riel that the missing scions have now been found. There is much and more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend to the issue at hand, shall we?
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This Griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Baelsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people, too, would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
That the Council was able to reach an accord so swiftly is a heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. I will never give up. I will never give up the Team Rocket James voice for him. Never ever. Never ever ever. Never. He had it through A Realm Reborn, he's gonna have it through whatever the last expansion is. Dawn Light? I don't whatever it is. I'm way away from that. Psycho, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Dawn Trail, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. In 5 years when I get to that, I will be voicing Alphino the same way. Assuming Alphino's still alive. I assume he's just stuck with us forever. So. It won't be 5 years for me to get to that content. Are you sure? Because I feel like the later content's probably going to be more trial intensive. And we are going to get to a point, Vang, where you're not going to be able to carry me in trials, just the two of us. Ah, good. You have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you. Sir Hemeric. Master Alphino, a pleasure as always. Mistress Salazar, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption. I had hoped to thank Fadewind for serving as our escort before other duties called her away. I also wish to thank our Doman ally. But she's a fucking ninja hiding behind trees. What are you doing back there? Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation. Force of habit maybe keep the shadows. She's like, where is Yugiri? You could hang out with the rest of everybody. Shit. Get it. You're a ninja. Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation. Force of habit may keep the shadows. No apologies are necessary, Mistress Yugiri. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance's pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the Elder Seedseer to accept us both. I very much appreciated the gesture. I only did my duty, Samric. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are all grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. And full glad are we to have you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard. Whatever's wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? These politicians always make a speech out of everything. That is how we... that is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. You accompany us to Revenant's Toll, Gyr. Actually, I think I should first pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I'm curious to know how Papalymo and Ida fared in their talks with the Sylphs, not to mention what had been going on at Baelsar's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon. Twitch Ving says, that's okay, when that happens, I'll hop into voice comms with you to run the stuff. Can give you shoutouts to various mechanics. You fucking guardian angel, you! How sweet can you be? I need like an ethereal minecart that just like takes me to the next quest location with the press of a button. Like a single button, like over here, something I can press where it's like, would you like to go where you're supposed to go instead of getting lost looking at a minimap? Yes. Welcome back, Feedwin. I don't know about you, but I'm heartily glad all the talking is over. I understand that these council meetings are important, but do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak it? I doubt I'll ever feel at home in the realm of politics. That said, people have been known to change. And if my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. You got that right, Alze. Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will not be long. I still need to do Coils of Bahamut. I wonder if I wait much longer, I'll be able to just solo it. Because that's, I know that started like, the first coil started at like the end of A Realm Reborn, right? Which was like level 50 cap. Right? Ah, you have returned from the council. But what of Alphino? There's some other matter requires attention. Mine apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, cry! I can't do... I just can't. Can't. Too many voices. I ought to put Vang in here to do some voiceovers. How's Nago doing? She will be alright, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Totara is keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I am certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, mayhap you would share with us the Council's decision. Each of the nations, Ishgard included, is committed to providing military support for Gridania. The Orzain Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. Ida, you cannot seriously! One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. One does not walk into Mordor! Right, to open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. Ah, if only there was some way to reach the Griffin. Some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There's a network of tunnels beneath Baelsar's wall. Secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Alamico. Which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. But as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you will, I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It's been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Ral and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you, levelers? I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worst, it would seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Faywin? Gridania will be safer for your presence, and while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on? To hold the fort, you mean? Very well, I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels to all of you. Does he think I'm like his sister? Should I change my hair color? Is that what it comes down to? Was this a mistake? If you have any unfinished business within the toll, pray attend to it now. I will depart for the Hawthorn Hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Baelsar's wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. Ah, Faedwin, there you are. Come, Amerse's spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments at the wall. Fascinating the two of you here. We're about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt you would need divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Afano. We have the Griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Ida. Nary a moment ago, you seemed ready to shake the Griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it to be? It would seem best to decide before we enter into negotiations. Trust me, Papalimo. I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I leave to you. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Ah, some things never change. Ah, then, shall we make for the spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. Welcome, Warrior Light. I assume you're here to speak with our commanding officers. You will find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. Greetings, my friends. It is good to see you both well. I was hoping you might turn up. You're half a watch here, see, and the sight of you might help remind them why we bothered. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of our grand melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand at your side. It is heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. Report. What? 7 hells. Fighting has broken out on top of the wall. Full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. What's that supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. Impossible, we gave no such order. Of course, the wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to this deception. Those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts. The Empire would surely think we've lost an offensive. This could mean war. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin's supporters to slip into Alamigo. You could then incite rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. When we must make for the wall at once. Wait, just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin. If we can do that... Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the signs of safety? Huh, I know this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals, and the Navigator guide us through the storm. Forward, comrades. The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost. From what Papalymo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straight ways for the tunnels, attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason by any means necessary. Once we are free for the tunnels, we shall make for your position with all due haste. If everything proceeds according to plan, Buddha would then swoop in and spirit us all away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. Baelsar's wall now accessible. A regular duties been added. Duty finder, duty support. Yeah, we're bringing some NPCs in, baby. NPCs. NPCs. Remember food. Mighty. Skill speed. Spell speed. I remember food, Vang. Be proud of me. Oh, they're all going to be out of breath by the time I get to them. This is going to be great. Listen to them. I mean, they're exhausted. This is going to be fine. Oh, I might be at cap on Dome Stones. I need to remember what to do with those. I was thinking I might try to see what Black Mage looks like again, because I loved playing Black Mage in Final Fantasy XI. I might give it a look-see. It's only level 39 right now. Range one of the jobs has potential to high DPS. Yeah, so I mean, I know they have that elemental shift minigame, right? This is a very popular job among raiders and endgamers. Yeah, so at level 39, I know there's a fire and ice swap see back and forth. So fire will increase the damage output, and ice will improve the MP regen. And thunder's just kind of there as a dot. Oh, we have tethers that we can't break. Yeah, so those are the basics, and also I think what we can't cast anything unless we're stationary, right? Alright, first boss. So you primary dancer, right? And Safi prefers monk, or did at one point? Oh, this is a good bit of damage, actually. Ouch. I'm not sure what the mechanic was there. Your red mage with warriors secondary. Safi does monk or black mage. You just take dancer out to like show me pretty places, right? On our dungeon dates. Good God. What is the mechanic there? Does this orb just mean I'm gonna eat it, or what? Can I burn it down in time? I'm scared. Yeah, okay, I gotta figure out where to spend those tomes. Wait, no, there's a treasure coffer! There's a treasure coffer! Okay, I still get it. A conveyor belt? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's not cool. Dream? Someone's been playing Cyberpunk. I just started a tabletop RPG that I really wish I could stream, but one of the members doesn't want their voice on the internet. So alas and alack. Ah! Thank you for the clip. I hope only the right door opens, cause... Oh, come on. Boo! I don't want it. Let's go to another floor. Hey now, hey. I might have drawn too much aggro. You were dying of laughter over my freaking out because I caught the treasure call for the last second. I thought I was gonna lose it. Is that what you're laughing about, Vang? Vang's there, if that even is your real name. Needle burst. What? Oh, fuck. That was awful. Take it back. Never seen someone do that with a copper treasure chest before. Oh, look, here. We'll get you to your doom more quickly. Ah, but weapon. Oh, ow. Do those red dots on the floor have something to do with what just happened? Oh, what the fuck? Okay. I did it. Right, get on the red thing, right? Too late. But they weren't on a red thing. I wonder if it's just... You just gotta eat that damage. Yeah? Here, let's get myself killed. Oh, that wasn't bad, actually. I like to say we're learning from this. But that'd be a lie. Might be a don't move mechanic. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because I saw the Conjurer had sat still. I thought they were on a red square at first, and that's what did something beneficial. And then I saw they didn't move that last time. Not a common marker, and I haven't done this dungeon in a long while. Oh, so the thing that vaguely looks like a stop sign is telling you to stop. I guess that makes sense. Oh, chunky crits. Love it. Compared to the last dungeons I've had to do, this music is a little underwhelming. I mean, it's not bad music, but for a dungeon, lately they've been kind of more exciting. Uppies. And these are supposed to be like a drag because you're warlight being dragged and confronting another crazy. Maybe. I mean, it's kind of fitting for the zone, but not like dungeon level of exciting, you know? Let me just get this coffer right here. Let me just get that coffer. Great. Oh. Alright. And whee! I keep forgetting I have that. I keep expecting someone to like come in one day and be like, I'm a summoner. Let me tell you how to play that job. No. It was him.
How'd you like this?
I can't move.
I'll tear you limb from limb.
Ouch. What the fuck? Get out of there! Get out of there! Alright. Sloppy! That was funny. What's for dinner, you might ask? Well, how about some joes that are sloppy? So weird. So weird. Please, sir, may I have no more? Ah! Sloppy.
I'll tear you limb from limb. How'd you like these?
God, if ever I hear Sloppy Joe's mentioned, I'm going to make that joke, and no one around me is going to get it. I'm going to be so upset. So upset. This is what it's like to live with me, by the way. Take that as you will. You bastard.
You've beaten me, aye.
Did, you old arm-chopping bastard.
But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
We did it! We showed the bastards!
Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea. They die that others may live.
This is that, That Lancer from way back, right? They got in trouble for skipping his shifts in the very early quests. Why do they consider Lalafell evil? Why do all players consider Lalafell evil? I don't know.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells! Do you hear that?
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
There's nowhere to run! We're cut off!
Gods help us! What are we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful. Mighty Rhalgr, grant us the strength to crush our...
There you are.
As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Ilbird. I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand? You truly are a sheltered child, Leveilleur.
Nidhogg's eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Alamigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power!
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
Like hells you will!
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all!
People ain't supposed to splat like that. Why is that song playing?
This light, is it...
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do!
There is one thing.
No, 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 no. No, no, no.
Hey!
No, no, no.
You're going.
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Ah, Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Tipsamati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Pabalimo! I know how that spell works. It is time to leave.
Quite Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
No! If you're staying, then so am I.
HSV,
No, Ida.
hello.
There is a path only you can walk, and it must not
Miso,
end
hello.
here. Not like this. Take her! Please, you have to take her!
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
Hilda! I think he means now!
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
I am not happy. Not happy at all. I like how it's in stages too. Like, hey, why are you saying that? Don't say that. You know, earlier to like, hey, why is that song playing? To oh no. Ah. Savvy, hello. Lala fell down. Lala fell down. Why? Why didn't they let me stay? Papalymo's my friend. I should have been there with him. You could see in his eyes, Ida. He knew what he was doing. What had to be done. Master Louisoix wore the same look, right before the end. You think I don't know that? I know, alright? I know. There's nothing more you could have done. Ilbert caught us all off guard. Even Faden was powerless to stop him. If you must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you will never forget what Papalymo strove to protect, the lessons he tried to teach you. Don't speak to me. Leave Ida with me. Go on. Go back to the Rising Stones. The others need to know what happened here. Once again, I find myself at a loss for words. But Thancred is right. We must return to the Rising Stones and apprise our companions of all of this. Pray make your way there at once. I will send word to Ishola and the others of our imminent return. Safi. Go to the corner. Directly to the corner for making that joke. Seem you bring ill tidings, brother. Aye. Behind the Griffin's mask we found the grinning face of an old adversary. Ilberd. I know not how, but he had in his possession the eyes of Nidhogg, whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual, even as we looked on. By the 12. I don't understand. To attempt such a magic requires every ounce of one's aether. Not one, not even grandfather. No one. To cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort, as I am certain Papalimo was aware. Thus did the pupil... Thus did the pupil follow in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave. I think him not leading with Shakespeare kind of... Well, I mean, he said thus, so maybe he did, but he didn't go full Shakespeare. It tripped me up. Ought needs be. I have as yet been unable to explain how Aelbert came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. In the depths of the Sea of Clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind aspected ether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. Then mayhap it was the work of an Ascian. But now is not the time for idle speculation. Prial, I have need of your assistance. Yes, of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trapped within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. Understood. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much through the barrier, but I shall certainly do my best. As shall I. Let us be about it then. Oh, without so much as a by your leave. Pray forgive Archon Ishtola her brevity. She seeketh employment, yet lest her grief deprive her of the will to act. Desire to confront Idaho. Idaho Popotos. God damn it, Safi. A desire to comfort Ida doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. I too must contend with this grievous loss in mine own way. By thy leave, Lady Alizé, I shall honor our fallen colleague through gainful study. There exist writings which may yet further our understanding of this cocoon of light. Rhino, welcome. A good nod to you, sir. A good nod to you. It's gonna be so great to clean up later as a VOD. Mayhap I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and regret would be a poor tribute to Papalimo's sacrifice. Quite. We must begin preparations to face Ilbear's accursed creation without delay. What time we have was purchased at too dear a price for us to squander it.